Hi, my name is Charles Benson, and first off, I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Merry Christmas Eve and a Happy New Year. And remember, Jesus loves you. But anyways, this video is to answer the question of the mystery gear behind my last two guitar demos. I already told you it was a Marshall amp, and I'm going to tell you what Marshall I'm using. I am using a Marshall MG15 DFX modified with a 412 cabinet extension output or whatever. It's got a cabinet. It's got an external speaker out. That's the modification. And believe it or not, it may be 15 watts, but this little bugger gets loud on stage. I've actually drowned out the entire band before. Now, without the 412, it doesn't get very loud because that tiny speaker can't hold the sound. But through the 412 cab, pretty loud. And I'm using the MG15 strictly as a power amp. I run through the CD input, which kind of works like an effects return. My preamp is a DIGITECH GNX1. The amp model I use for my main overdrive sounds is the DIGITECH Crunch. The booklet will tell you it's based on a sweet tube combo, but if in the newer DIGITECH booklets, they're, for licensing reasons, they were able to actually talk about what it was really based on. It's based on a modified plexi, and a modified plexi is basically a plexi with the dual cascading gain circuits. And what we mean by dual cascading gain circuits is, according to the Tone King's video, if I understand what he was talking about correctly, by the way, he does good videos, so subscribe to him. He's like LMSJR or something. He does good guitar reviews. But anyways, the point is, there's two channels on a plexi. There's your warm and your bright. It's not like your traditional two-channel amp, clean and dirty, because the channels on the plexi are both clean and dirty depending on the volume dial. Well, what a lot of people do is jump the channels to get the sound they want. And on a modified plexi, channel 2, from what I understood from the video that I watched, channel 2 is where the gain from channel 1 is dimed out, and channel 2 basically picks up where it leaves off. It takes that already dimed out sound from channel 1 and takes it up a notch. You still got to crank those things to get that saturation, but they sound really good. Randy Rhoads did it on the Diary of a Madman album, not on Blizzard of Oz. He was using a distortion pedal, but on the Diary of a Madman album you can hear the modified plexi sound, and it sounds amazing. And now I'm going to show you, play for you the sound on this DIGITECH. It's based on a modified plexi, and the cabinet model I'm using is a British 412 cabinet model. Real cab that I'm actually coming out of is a B52. I'm using cabinet simulation because it sounds fuzzy without it. But anyways, I've been talking long enough. You need to hear some sound. Yeah, sorry that's not the best rendition of that song. I've never really learned how to play it, but that's an attempt at Diary of a Madman. But anyways, that's a little sample of my overdrive sound. Now I'm going to go to the clean. Now for all you tube purists out there, I know you're going to make fun of me, and I used to be like that until God humbled me and I had to sell my tube amp and realized that my DIGITECH was my best friend, because I don't have my Valve King anymore, but that's another story. But anyways, my clean sound is based on a Fender 65 twin reverb with the American 212 cab, which is based on the Fender twin 212 cab. So anyways, what's cool about this pedal is it's like simulating having giant rigs that you can switch with an AB switch box, opposed to lugging around those big old amps. You got some similar sounds in the pedal that try to imitate them. I think they do a decent job. It's not perfect, but I can't afford a tube amp, and all the amps that this thing models and all the effects that I do with models would, you know, cost probably more than the house I live in. So for the price of this pedal, I think you get a pretty good deal. But here we go. This is the Fender sound. Now let's clean it up a bit. That's my clean. Now let's go back to the overdrive. I seriously want to know if you, seriously want you guys to tell me if this is somewhat convincing of a Marshall. My buddy from California, he's played on a lot of these real amps before, and he said it sounded like a Plexi to him, but it's up to you guys. So, how convincing does that sound? Does it sound anything like a Marshall to you? Or does it sound like it's a toy? But, I say it's kind of convincing to me, but it's up to you guys. But, for the price of these things, you really can't beat what they beat them, you know. They don't sell my pedal anymore. But if you are interested in one of these pedals, just go to digitech.com, get an RP500, or go to Guitar Center, you know, the RP500 or the RP1000. Which will hopefully be my next toy in the next couple of months, if you know, once I get a job or whatever, because that pedal is amazing, and the amp modeling list goes on forever. But yeah, this is supposed to be modified Plexi sound. Oh yeah, the pedal has a parametric EQ on here too. That basically simulates you having your big old half stack, taking your EQ pedal and running it through your loop. So it's a post EQ kind of thing. You have your pre EQ and your post EQ. Thank you for watching my video. Remember, Jesus loves you. God bless all of you. Have a good Christmas and subscribe to me. Thanks.